Hello everybody, welcome back to Sparks Fire and Baling Wire. Finally got the shop cleaned out, got a couple other projects going. We're going to get to work on the new engine today. As you can see, I got the C out of the corner back there. That project's going to go on hiatus for a while. I'm still not sold on if I'm even going to finish it. That thing needs a lot of work. So eventually I'm going to put the car back in this corner when I start get it in here and start working on it. But for now I'm going to work on the engine over there. A couple other minor things I got to get out of here yet. The lawnmower, I need to get the blade sharpened and oil changed, and then that can be stored away for the winter. Got that old plow, that's going to be some yard art. It's nearly done. All I got left to do on that is get the handles put on it. I took a little time and took a coffee table and turned it into this rustic pallet. Got those for sale on my Etsy store. So if anybody wants one, that's how I'm funding my project. Finally, I got to get that out of here. That's done now, finally. Got the last video edited and posted on that. If anybody's looking on tips on how to build an 8 3/4 Mopar rear end, go to somebody else's channel. Because I filmed these after a pretty long hiatus from YouTube, and they're even poorer quality videos than I normally put out. So now that everybody's up to speed, let's build an engine. Not entirely sure where I'm going to start here. Guessing it'll be on the bottom side. Some stuff already done. Let me get you in a little closer. Now this is a 318 poly, otherwise known as an A engine. A lot of people call them the wide blocks or the big block 318. Neither one is true. Dimensionally, this block is the same as any 318, 340, 360 of the LA series, and pretty close cousin to the Magnums even. But there are a few slight differences, mainly in the cylinder heads. The block itself is almost the same. Machine shop cleaned everything up for me. New cam bearings, bored and honed the cylinders. I don't know if I want to give away yet just what my cubic inch is going to be, but we'll just keep calling it a 318 for the time being. And cleaned up some casting marks, these oil drain back holes. There's a bunch of flashing in there. That's all ground out so the oil doesn't puddle there. It'll all drain back. Just a good job cleaning everything up. New bushing for the oil pump drive shaft, all new cam bearings, new frost plugs or Welch plugs, whatever you want to call them, core plugs. I got a few things to get done on here and then give it a good cleaning up. I think we'll start right in front. Hope this lighting is good enough. Things don't always look the same on cameras what the final product looks like. I also discovered in the last video I'm still having sound issues. My last video was still hot out, so you could hear the air conditioner running in that video. And now that it's Christmas time, if you hear anything, it'll probably be the heater running, which they're not running right now, so hopefully the sound's going good. But I'm going to clean this up. Here's my original timing cover, which I think I might have showed this in an earlier video. This is pretty eroded. I don't know if that's showing up in camera or not. It's eroded pretty bad. I don't want coolant leaking into my new engine. So I bought a brand new LA timing cover. Physically bolts right on. They're nearly identical. The only difference is the seal. See, that one's much smaller. That's only because the seal went in from the back side. Still takes the same seal, still fits right on there. All that is fine. The new cover has timing marks on it, which is the same as the newer LA engine. The old Polys, the timing mark went over here with the pointer. Well, they don't make dampers anymore that have that over here. So I'm going to be running a modern damper, which will have the time marks over here, so that's what I'm going to use. The only problem is, unless I change it, my factory A style water pump, water neck comes out right here and pretty much blocks that off. So I don't know if I'll still be able to see that or not. I may go to the other style water pump and get a different radiator that has the water neck on the passenger side instead of the driver's side. Haven't made up my mind yet. But the other thing of note here, the original poly has an extra hole right here, which this cover does not have. So I need to get that filled in. So I'm going to get that done right now. One more thing to note before you get ahead of yourself, start to assemble things. Take time, go around, chase all your threads. Last thing you want on a fresh motor is cross thread something or have something galled up. Just make sure they're good and cleaned out. Next I'll take an air hose, go ahead and blow these out. Now that that's done, and go ahead, I'm using a set screw here. You can just cut off a bolt, take a hacksaw, cut a little slot in it. Anything to plug the hole, it's just a 3/8 standard thread, 3/8 18 national course thread. But this hole does go into a water jacket. So I'm going to have to put some pipe dope on there. That's just got to be in there till it's flush. I'll grab a rag. That is taken care of. The machine shop also put the oil gallery plugs in, so that's done. My original dipstick tube got broke off. I got a new one ordered but don't have it yet, so I can't do that yet. The only other thing on the front, there's a casting mark right here. I took the die grinder and ground that off. When I go to paint the engine later, if you've ever painted anything, if you notice you got a sharp edge, the paint never wants to stick there, it wants to draw back. So I just got rid of that sharp edge there. Make it look a little cleaner and the paint will stick better. Otherwise, no real purpose to it. Also went ahead and chased all these holes out for the head studs. Got one here for the distributor hold down, the 1/8 inch MPT pipe thread for the oil pressure gauge or sending unit, depending on what you have. Now to get this engine flipped over, get to work on the next step. Next thing we're going to address will be the oil filter. Machine shop put all new brass plugs in, so that's done, don't have to worry about that. Got all the casting marks here on this side. October 15th of 1963, day shift. Looks like around 6 o'clock this block got cast. Anybody remember what they were doing at that time on that day? I wasn't around yet, so not an issue for me. Next we'll get this done. This is the oil filter adapter plate. Here's a little better view. That engine oil pump will mount here. There's a galley here that comes from there to there. Got a plug in here. On the older engines that had to use the canister filter, There's a check valve went back in here somehow, some way. With the new spin-on filters, just plug this hole off, get rid of that valve in there. Somewhere in my engine gasket set. There it is. Okay, this gasket will go right down in here. It's like so. This adapter goes on for the spin-on oil filter. Oil filter just has an O-ring there. Screws on there, tighten that down, filter can go on. But before we do that, got one little trick to do here. That's all 8. Now see the benefit of what I was doing here? There was only 4 holes originally. It's a lot of oil trying to force through 4 little holes. So I turned it into 8 holes. Plus the 4 original holes were just stamped in there, 1/4 inch. I went out to 17/64, the next size bigger. And then, as you've seen, I took the reamer and reamed all these on both sides. So that'll help more oil flow and a lot smoother oil flow. That's on there with the little dose of copper coat gasket on each side, my favorite. Now I can get this screwed down. Put a little bit of thread sealant on here too. A lot more careful with it because I don't want to get it all over. I can't just, if it oozes out under there, I can't just wipe it off like I did that front plug. Snug that down good. Not sure how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to end this one right here. Next one, we'll keep working on the bottom end. Hopefully I do everything right. And hopefully we can all see a few more tips and tricks along the way. So stay tuned. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Catch you all next time. Have a good day.